Yo, it's your man Who Did It? Who Did It this time? Coming at you with another installment to the classic series, Reality Clips. And on this one, we're going to be short and sweet. Where we take an analogy of a realistic situation and we attach it to our spiritual endeavors, journeys, and bodies. The title of this reality clip is Everybody's a Dawg. Everybody's a dawg. D-A-W-G, D-O-G. Pardon me, I went to public school. Now, if you all pay attention to a lot of the football, basketball, street terminologies, everybody's saying, I'm a dog. He's a dog. I'm a dog out here. And in the 90s, if y'all remember, those of you all who are old enough, a lot of the lady folk would call men dogs, right? They would say you're a dog if you were promiscuous, if you were some type of player, a Mac. Ladies man, as mentioned a couple seconds ago, you were called a dog, right? Then, obviously, there was the mid-90s form, the great musician, rapper who is no longer with us, Earl Simmons, better yet known as Darkman X, DMX. He kind of kicked the door in for rappers to embrace the dog culture on the East Coast. Now, on the West, you had Snoop, you had the Dog Pound, which is one of my favorite groups as a child, Corrupt, Daz, and such. Snoop, as mentioned. They also love the dog. If you follow gang culture, the Bloods also have a sector, whether it's the Pyru, I don't want to be misquoted, but they also say they're dogs. Don't let me call my dogs. They do the whistle, and then next thing you know, you see a sea of red, and if you're on the opposite side, you either gonna have to dance or you gonna have to book it and get out of sight because they gonna stomp you, right? But that still comes back to the animal analogy known as the dog. And as mentioned before, now we have a culture, sports related or street related, where these young men and women are saying, I'm a dog. Now, those of you all who follow this channel, you're aware that I love animals. I love dogs though. There's a special place for them. Not out of bounds or inappropriate type of tone where some of these people make their dogs their lovers and put them above what they truly are, which is supposed to be a domesticated friend, a family member. If you like to substitute them in a time of need, if you've lost someone or mourning, there is not a better companion, in my opinion, than the dog. They pick up on you. There's obviously several breeds. If you follow the culture, the so-called culture, as of right now, the bullies are not going anywhere. That's the English, that's the Terrier, that's the Pit Bull Terrier. I have a little Boston Terrier. The list goes on. They're out here. People love them. You have lab lovers, you have golden retriever lovers, the little Frenchie, which is also a bulldog mix. You have all kinds of dogs. The big ones, Saint Bernards, one that has that is the apple of my eye, Parton, which would be the Cane Corso. Beautiful, just a beautiful animal. But if you follow breeds and you understand their nature, there's one animal that sticks closer to the farmer, and that's the German Shepherd. There are other shepherds. There's Australian Shepherds. There's many breeds, but right now we're gonna focus on the German Shepherd. He was bred to patrol. He was bred to keep the sheep in line. He was also bred to scare off predators. Jackals, coyotes, fox, wolves, even small brown black bears. Now, I've heard stories where German Shepherds chased away grizzly bears. I think that's cap. Or that grizzly bear just had a bad day, right? However, that is the shepherd dog. Now, most of us brothers who follow the scriptures understand, in the King James Version or whatever version you may have, in the Bible, it talks about Yahushua being the shepherd. He says, I am the good shepherd. The good shepherd lays down his life for his sheep. That's John chapter 10, verse 11. Now, I struggle with connecting myself with the sheep. They're innocent, docile, dormant, pick an adjective. But in the end, they're kind of dumb. You know, we use the sheep a lot in our rhetoric when it comes to the spiritual journey. And I can't relate to being a shepherd, especially not the good shepherd. I mean, there are some people who have pastoral duties, so they can attach themselves to being a shepherd. Kindergarten teachers. I mean, there's certain professions where you can say they're like a shepherd. But I challenge you, brothers and sisters out there, to look at the German shepherd. I can't be a sheep. I can't be the shepherd, but I can warn you and I can keep the other sheep in line. And we're going to close it with this. All you tough guys out there, military-minded brothers and sisters who keep saying, I'm a dog. And look at us, man. We out here. We some dogs. Well, we're kind of in the hour of threatening behaviors spiritually. We know that our shepherd is supreme, omnipotent, and he ain't going nowhere. However, if you struggle with being a sheep or a lamb, dare I say, pardon me, then try to align yourself with that German shepherd and study him. Study his ways, study his courage, study his duty, his allegiance, his loyalty, and then come back to me. Now, if you don't believe in the scriptures and you really don't have the time, maybe that's why this message is for you. Most people who have a conscience struggle with being a sheep, being a part of the sheep population. I ain't walking off no cliff. I didn't do this. I didn't vote. I didn't put this so-called poison in my body. I didn't follow this Democrat or this Republican. I'm always by myself. I'm isolated. I feel like I'm on the outside looking in. I've heard some of you brothers' gripes and groans and grievances. Well, maybe you're not a sheep and you don't really have the willpower or the time to be a good shepherd or something shepherd-like. Maybe you could be the shepherd dog. Dog. Yeah, I chase wolves away. I warn my farmer. I warn my parents. I warn my family. Here they come. And for that, I too will lay my life down on the line. It's your man who did it, man. I'm trying to get back on the scene. Got some stuff going on. I enjoy all the content that I'm seeing, and you brothers keep pushing. All right. Reality clips. I'm out. Peace.